guys, and welcome back to another video. This is another full route visual. Today it's service L from Cheltenham Primark to Leckhampton to Pilly to Cheltenham Primark. It is approximately a 40-minute loop, and we're on YX75KXE today for this service. This is the 10:45 departure out of Cheltenham Primark. Of course, this is an ADL Enviro 400 MMC, which was originally purchased by Pullums for the Cirencester College services. However, with no Cirencester College in today and none of the routes operating, it's been put on a public service, the L. Never done the L before, I know which way it goes, but yeah, we'll just do a full route visual as we go along. We've obviously already passed our first stop, which is John Lewis. Our next stop is Sanford Park. 47834, passing on the F there. The service L usually uses a Volvo B8 RLE MCV Evora, or CD04BUS and Enviro 200 MMC. However, today it's got an Enviro 400 MMC. Now this is rare, but it isn't impossible. It has happened before. Can't remember when exactly was the last time, but it has happened before, a double decker on the L. Service L operates Monday to Sunday every 45 minutes with one bus in the loop, running from Cheltenham Primark to Cheltenham Primark via Leckhampton. It's a circular service with one bus in operation. So turning right onto High Street, where we'll come up to our third stop, which is the Vine. No one to get on or off. The fans have been turned off. So we follow this road obviously round to the left, because surprisingly you can't go straight over. The next stop is Wetherspoons. Currently on the Bath Road, A46 at the moment. This YX75 is one of the fast ones, much faster than a YW25 plate, in my opinion. A little bit tight, doable though. So we continue straight here. Of course, services 99 and 801 would have turned right at that junction there with the island to go round to the Royal Well. But of course, if we did that, it'd be just a stupid little loop, so it doesn't do that. I'm going to go straight over here past this turning and come to our next bus stop, and we're going to join on with where the 51 goes, the F goes, etc, etc. And now we're going to do the first of a few loops in this. We're going to go left here to go past the hospital. So of course both our traffic light and the traffic light ahead of us go green at the same time. So it's a case of waiting in the middle if you're turning right from straight over. Onto Sandford Road here, Cheltenham College on our right hand side, and of course the left turn will turn you onto where service F goes and the 801 for the A&E bus stop. However, we carry on straight and we serve the main entrance bus stop, similar to the 51. No one to be picked up, so we carry on. This is a timing point for the journey, so if we were early here, we would have, of course, stopped. Now, services P and Q use the road on our right-hand side. We don't, we carry on straight. The next stop being Humphreys Place, where we will be stopping. Going past the science, I suppose, and say Cheltenham College accommodation, and we come up to the Cox's Meadow roundabout, where we will turn right. Now, I've never actually done a right turn here, so new territory for me. Very nice. Good. Stopping at the next stop. Very nice. So now we'll be using the right-hand lane, and we will be turning right at the roundabout off of Old Bath Road. And onto Thirlstane Road. And pulling into the stop, Church of the Latter-day Saints, which is just ahead of us on the left. And onwards. Past the back of Cheltenham College now, because we've sort of done a little loop with the sports complex on our left and the main part on our right. We'll carry on straight between the two, and then we'll come up to the traffic light set on the junction with Bath Road, and then we will turn left. Back onto the A46. We have just missed the light there. This is a yellow box junction, so you have to wait a little bit before. Both green lights go at the same time. And we're off. A little bit of a tight turn, but it's doable. Next stop, Thirlstane House. Also served the 66 and the 10 and the F. Quite a busy road now, the Bath Road now. So we'll continue on to Bath Road here. This is familiar territory for me. I've done this bit before many times. So our next stop is, what is it called? The name's gone out of my head. I've completely forgotten. Exmouth Arms. Is it Exmouth Arms? Yeah, Exmouth Arms. Passing 15351 there on the 10. I'm going to give it a bit of space. It is quite a challenging road, so always making sure you know your the length of your vehicle and the width of your vehicle coming down here, because you do have moving traffic both sides as well as parked cars, so it's quite a difficult road here. But this is the Exmouth Arms. So from here we are actually going to leave the F66 in 10 and go left at the roundabout, straight over at the roundabout first exit. And that is where I sort of become a bit unfamiliar with the roads. I sort of know the way, but I'm not 100%. I think it just goes straight left around and back there, but I could be wrong. Obviously, this is classed as a scenic route, Leckhampton Hill. I've done it once in a coach, and that's about it. In my Flixbus 044, it was Josh Hambling at the helm. I believe it was anyway, Josh Hambling. Can't remember. And this bit's actually Leckhampton Road, not Hill. Close enough. Langdon Road. Up here for the time being. Quite a wide open road here. Sort of reminds me of the 94, 94X, 95 route with the width of the road. This is Fairfield Park Road. Stops become more prevalent. You stop more often down here, considering it is a route for Leckhampton and Pilly. Coming into the next stop, Old Station Drive, this one. Just diagonally opposite of Moor End Road. Smooth sailing so far. Touch wood, obviously. Don't want to jinx it. This is an area where people do actually break the speed limit a lot. So it is only a 30 this road. Only, I say. It's a 30 this road. It's a built up area with straight street lamps. As well as parked cars. Plural. We continue straight here, past moorland and treelands turnings, and your bus stops just after Treelands Drive on the left hand side, obviously. Now it gets a little bit narrower down here. Cars on both sides, but easy to navigate. So we come up to a double roundabout. Single, then another single technically. We go straight over at the first roundabout. Straight over at the second roundabout onto this road here. So it is pretty much a straight road at the moment. And this is Pilly Lane, where the service technically terminates. We do have a wheelchair user boarding, so be back in a few seconds. Okay. So you do actually have to be careful with your stop for this bus stop, because if you go a bit too far, you're on the non-stop area for the traffic lights. It has been put just before it, but even so, passing Pilly Lane on the left, and the fans have been turned on, and we continue up this hill here, still on Leckhampton Road. Now the road of course gets a little bit narrower here for the bus, but it's still very much doable. And then we come up to our next bus stop just after the turning of Chatsworth Drive, which again, you've got to pull in perfectly, otherwise you do block it, which is not ideal. But Chatsworth Drive here. Continuing, a bit more of an incline now. Actually forgot this road had an incline. But yeah, this is definitely the scenic route. If you're going like towards Cirencester way, it's very much a scenic route. We don't obviously go up the hill all the way, we turn left here, off of Leckhampton Road, back onto Old Bath Road. And this is a steep decline here. Very nice, you love to see it. The first bus stop is just after the turn there, very close to that turning. And then you just continue down here. It's a pretty straightforward route, this one, no pun intended. Areas you've got to gloss over maybe to be a bit, know where the stops are, definitely, but apart from that, it's a pretty straightforward, nice little linear circular route, which sounds like an oxymoronic statement, but it's a circular part at each end, but a linear.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, hang on, someone's coming downstairs.
Okay, so she actually just missed the stop. I think it was an unmarked stop. I don't know. But there was one in the middle of those two, so you do need to be careful. It is an unmarked bus stop, that one. Putting in here, this is the Wheatsheaf Inn. So yeah, there is 3 stops once you turn off of that road, onto this road, sorry. You've got one that's directly off of the turning, and then you've got one in the middle which is unmarked, so it's not wrote on the road, it just says it on the, as a post. This one, a nice point of call is the pub, but also the Premier on the right hand side, so you know you're in the right area. Now the bus stop is before Everest Road turn on your right hand side, so you should also be in front of the zigzags for this bus stop, so it is pretty simple. Pilly Lane on your right hand side, so we are running basically adjacent to the other side that we were doing before. Westbury Road on the right, and you just continue, sorry, hiccups there. You continue straight down here, past Pilford Avenue, you keep going. Now this is where, we're in the loop at the moment, we're in the circular nature. We're on that road, and now we're on this road behind it, and we'll rejoin back on, because it is a linear circular. Now you've got this bus stop here. Very nice. And again, you've got to be a bit careful of your positioning if there's cars parked up around it. But that was fine for us. So now we come around here on the Old Bath Road bridge, but we turn left before the bridge onto Charlton Lane, which is where we rejoin the service. Not rejoin the service, finish off the loop before rejoining. That's what I meant to say. Because it's almost like a teardrop shape in a way. So we're coming round to the next bus stop here, which is marked, but it is fading on the road. So look out for the shelter. Now this is Delancey Crescent. And we're back in Leckhampton as per the bus stops. Okay, and we're away again. So this road is paved awfully, but it's not the end of the world. So we come back out here, and this is where we rejoin at the first of those two roundabouts. We went straight over on both, and this time we go right on it. We don't go over the second one this time, and we go, second exit, right turn off Charlton Lane, back onto Leckhampton Road. Now this is a bit of a challenging turn, especially considering the angle you come off that road. And then you have an island directly after it, so it is a little bit of a challenging turn. It's done really well, and this is where you pick people up towards town, is you're going to stop bang on. And this is Leckhampton Road opposite Charlton Lane. Now with this one, you'll have the people queue inside of the shelter, so you do actually need to stop before the front of the bus stop. You have to stop in the opening of the bus shelter. You also here have a island thing, a slow down speed measure, so you've got to go around that and worry about the cars because it will be their priority. Oncoming cars, it will be their priority, but you already know the road laws if you're driving this route anyway. So it feels weird to think this is one of the only areas, if not the only area, of Cheltenham that is not served by a stagecoach route. It's only served by Pullmans. I mean, you could say places on the P and the Q as well, but that's less important, like Fairview and Ewan's Farm, because they're very close to the A route. So yeah, anyway, we are continuing back down the way we've come. And again, you've got parked cars on both sides. Bit of care, bit of caution. Don't drive down here at 100 miles an hour. Well, you won't be able to because the bus is limited, so have our job. Coming up to our next bus stop on this road, or technically we've already served it on the other side, but towards town you get on this side, and again it's one of those shelters, but no opening this time. And that was Old Station Drive again. It felt like I only said Old Station Drive like a couple of minutes ago. Past Naunton Lane and Mornington Drive, and Fairfield Park Road again. The bus stop is here. No shelter on that one and no markings on the road, so you do need to actually know the road positioning. And we are now approaching the end of Leckhampton Road again, where we join with that roundabout. But we do have a bus stop before the roundabout, which does have a shelter as well. And it can be a hard stop to get into. And it's just here. So, at the roundabout, it's going to be very simple. We're going to take third third exit, which is a right-hand turn. Well, technically, second exit, but third junction, if you know what I mean, at this roundabout, because there's a no entry directly in front of us. So we're going to turn right at the roundabout, and we're going to continue down Bath Road. And we're going to do what we've done now. We're going to do it again, but there's a slight alteration with this one, where we don't do that Bath Road bit again. We come in via Rotunda on the way back, which I will show you as and when we get there. So we come past the Euro Lounge. That is the landmark, so you know which way to go. We turn right here at the Bath Road roundabout. Now, sometimes you'll cross over with a bus here, but 10's already gone, and there's no 66 in sight. So we swing round to the right here. Sound as a lamb, cool as a cucumber. And our next stop is the Exmouth Arms here on Bath Road again. So we've already served these stops on the one side, and now on the other side you generally pick people up as well. Towards town you pick people up on one side, and going the other way you pick people up on the other side, if you know what I mean. Like, you're not going to get someone that side at the Exmouth Arms that's not going to get off before you get back, generally. So Exmouth Arms here, or the Exmouth Arms I should say. Now, you're not the only bus to serve the Exmouth Arms or Thirlstane House, so of course, if anyone's there, stop. But there's a chance you don't need to. Obviously, if they shake their head or like say no thank you sort of thing, then you don't need to open your doors, you know, turn the engine off. Now, a bit of a situation for us. Now, we're going around this, and it's a red light, so that's the bin lorry's sort of got to let us out there. There you go, they've gone green. This is an awful road for that sort of thing. Because you've got like Sainsbury's local, you've got loads of businesses down there. So that is another thing to take into consideration down this Leckhampton, not Leckhampton Road, Bath Road. So coming back past Thirlstane House now, the bus stop is pretty hidden. It's behind the green location sign, but it's there in front of the white location sign. So it's findable because it's directly opposite the other one, but yeah. So we turn right here, similar to what we've done before, to go past the Church of Latter-day Saints, and then we'll do the loop basically around the college. So we don't serve the Cheltenham College bus stop, where the 10 and 66 and F do. So we turn right here, and it's pretty self-explanatory from here. Again, we've got a yellow box, so we're looking out for people in this left lane that are coming straight or turning left, because we can't sit in this yellow box, but you go when there's a gap. Like that. Cool as a cucumber, right? So we come down here, we've done this, as I've said, a few times now. We have done this bit, and it's pretty self-explanatory. There's a few pedestrian crossing lights that you need to be careful of. But apart from that, it's pretty much straight road now, straight down here. And a bit of a small awful. I hate that with a passion, that one. And then of course we're coming back past Cobalt Health and Thirlstane Breast Centre and the Latter-day Saints Church. We are actually passing the bus stop. Both sides no shelter. That's the thing to take into consideration. Now another landmark is Reeves Field, which is right in front of you, to let you know turn left. And we're coming back onto Old Bath Road again. So actually, if we went straight over the bridge, where we didn't go over the bridge, we would actually have come out here. Like, you can actually see the bridge. Like, that's how close it was. We went all the way around. But obviously we did, because we're a service bus, not a direct just going for a drive bus. So we come up to the Cox's Meadow roundabout and we turn left. We're just doing it in reverse this time. Turning left, another landmark's the Meadow Cafe in the other direction. Or just no. Once you've done it in the other one direction, you should know in the reverse direction. And we stop here at Humphreys Place. Now the stops aren't directly opposite each other, they're quite staggered along here. They're quite staggered along here. You do need to take that into consideration that it's literally directly off of the turning, whereas that one is quite a bit before the turning. So that's the thing you need to consider. So the next one is the hospital. The main entrance to the hospital, that is, and the stop is again staggered with the other side of the road. No, it's not staggered. I thought it was. It is, but not as much. Of course, that side you've got a shelter. This side you don't. You just pull in, as cool as a cucumber. So here's where it gets a little bit different. Well, not yet. So we go up to the traffic lights, as we did on the last one. But the difference with this is, at the traffic lights, we do not just turn right and go straight. We actually are now a 51. We go like a 51 because we don't go back down that Bath Road because I mean, we could, in theory, you could do that. Like, if you didn't stop at Rotunda, or Suffolk Parade, Rotunda, or Imperial Square. Like, you don't stop at Imperial Square. Like, you could technically go the way we did, but in reverse. The only difference is, at that island that I told you about, where it becomes a two-way road, you would have to turn left, and then you'd come out like a 99. So, like, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So you could have it could have gone up Bath Road in reverse, but it doesn't. I don't know why. But anyway, obviously the 801 turns right here. The B used to, but not anymore. And we're back at, well, we're at these traffic lights from this angle this time, and we're going to turn right. That is a a Republic of Ireland number plate there, because it's UK and HRZ and 4 numbers. Well, you can see them, 6334. So we're turning right back onto the A46. Again, it's a weird little loop bit, but it's good to serve the hospital. And we're going to swing round to the right, not left. And as you can see, there is actually a bus stop flag. So I think in the past it did used to go straight, but maybe they thought this has more catchment. So, and then once you're on this road, it's pretty simple now. You're like a 99 now, in Pullham's terms. So you carry on straight here. Obviously, you're not going to take a little side road, are you? There's quite a lot of build-up of traffic at that red light. And this is your first stop that's new. Suffolk Parade just here. Again, it's just on a lamppost, so it's probably quite difficult to see. Over the pedestrian crossing, and this bit is quite a narrow bit of road. It's doable to get even 2 buses alongside each other down here, but different people have different strengths with their driving. In terms of bus driving and car driving, some car drivers take it a little bit wider. So we're actually a few minutes late. We were due at 11:18. It's 11:22, but by the time it gets back to Primark, it's bang on time. Because at Primark, it gives you 12 minutes from here to Primark on timetable, because generally it's a 5-minute layover. This is Rotunda here. And this is the only service from Rotunda that does not go to the promenade. Fun fact for you. So of course we just continue straight down here. We do not stop at Imperial Square. It's a set down only bus stop, but we don't stop at it. I don't know if they do if you press the bell, but I'm going to say you don't, because it's not on timetable. Some drivers might be nice and say, yeah, go on then, stop. Most probably wouldn't, because it's not a timed bus stop. Similar to Clarence Parade, you could say stop there, and in my opinion it could stop there, and maybe even terminate there, like instead of Primark. Well, it technically terminates in Rotunda, and then goes to Primark, but it really depends what you want to do. So we have missed this line. And you want to be in the left lane because we're going left. I feel like that's sort of self-explanatory. We're not going to go right back onto Bath Road. So we're going to go left, and then you're going to stay in the right-hand lane. Because you're in the right-hand lane, because you want in a prom. Actually, you could be in the left lane. No, left lane, use the left lane. Left lane, stay in the left lane, but bend round to the right. Stay in that left lane to be on the outer prom lane. And then you carry on straight. So this bus is going to use the right lane, we're going to use the left lane. Because this is going to the promenade, we are not. And as I said, the L is the only bus from the Rotunda down this road that does not use the promenade or Clarence Parade. But then again, nothing from there uses everything goes to the prom. Promenade, promenade. Anyway guys, if you have enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos just like this every single day at 6 PM UK time, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in that comment section down below, whether you like this route, whether you like this format, and whether you want to see me do it with another Pullums route, as I do have a Pullums day rider at the moment. So even if you say no, I'll probably do it anyway. But yeah, round to the left, stay in the left lane. Obviously if there's a bus in front of you or next to you, let them go because they'll need a bit of a wider space because of the lane. And we come past this bit and we're in the left lane still. Now I think 15983 is quicker than us, only just. Passing DD23 BUS and M99 NHS and FF and GG73 BUS. So we go straight over here where everything else will turn right, up through here. Bus stop is here, and then, pretty self-explanatory now, we turn right. I mean, you can turn left, but we're not going to, obviously. We've got 37237 in front of us. And we don't stop on Clarence Street, but again, if you've got a bus in front of you, you'll have to give them a bit more room. It is awfully tight. Never mind. And then Primark's just on the left, and then you do it all again, and again, and again, and again. Not and again, and again, and again. You don't do it like a million times in the day. But yeah, back into Primark. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.